Hey, welcome back everyone to McNeil's Garage. Today we are going to try to install the motor and transmission and a couple other things into the 94 Impala. So stay tuned and here we go. Go for it. So for today, this is where we're at. Last video, I talked about deleting the ABS, getting everything painted, getting the bars on the side, drilling the holes, and moving the battery. Well, I talked to Tabby. We're not going to relocate the battery. We're going to leave the battery up front. So I know it's not my best looking work here at Hack Garage, but I did away with the ABS, and this is the best I can come up with right now. It will get me by. If somebody out there has a 90 some Impala 4, 5, 6 and they deleted ABS, put it down in the comments. Show me how y'all did it, because I really didn't want to make new fittings. There's some things I'm good at, and there's some things I'm not real good at. And making fittings, I'm not real good at. There ain't a whole lot of things I'm good at, but making fittings is definitely not one of them that I'm very good at. Gonna leave the battery up there, got everything painted. Got a hole down there for the grommet for the shifter. But yes, I think this right here is gonna make it a whole lot better, try and get to the power steering hoses, because that other ABS junk is sitting all right here. Make it very hard to get to. So I'll lift it up and I'll show you the braces I put on it. All right, so there is the grommet hole that I made for the transmission cable for the shifter. This here is the bar I put to connect more or less the frames together, and put another bar over here. This up here. And this here is going to be some of my transmission cross member mount to help hold transmission up. So what we got to do, the transmission is sitting back there. I'm going to go back here and get the transmission and hook it up to this motor and lower the car back down and get ready to install it by myself. That's gonna be fun. So I really hate to put the engine in there, then try to put the transmission in there. I'm gonna try to do it all together. So, all right, let the fun begin. All right, so I got the transmission up against the engine. I got to put the bolts in it. I showed y'all last time what I like doing about putting the bolts back in, the screws, whatever. You take something off, just like the cruise control we did last time. Put the bolts back put the bolts back in, and that way we know we get ready to put it back on there. You know where the bolts are at. I get these Ziploc bags. I got the knock sensor in there. I got the header bolts. I've got what's these bolts here? Motor mount bolts, all the accessories on the front bolt. I've got the drive shaft clips, e-brake holder, I think that's for the other one. And I got the 4L80 tranny bolts and torque converter bolts. That way, we get ready to put something back, we know where all the bolts are at. So there you go, tip of the day for y'all, buddies. So this one here takes 5 bolts. Go in there and find all the bolts. All right, got 5. Last time we did it, Tabby went and ordered ARP bolts. And I think she ordered ARP for a torque converter too, but American Racing Transmissions, they supplied 3 bolts for the torque converters. So we're probably just going to use those, put a little goop on them, but we won't put the bolts in the torque converter until it gets up there. Just make it a whole lot easier on us. So let's go install these and hook the transmission up to the motor. So, like I said, 5 bolts, 2, 2, 1. This in here, don't use that one. I don't know why, but they don't. Huh. So I got on a little dolly. So just start. It makes it more of a pain in the butt to do it like this, putting both of them in at the same time. But then again, it makes it more of a pain in the butt trying to get the transmission in after you get the motor in. So, either or, I don't know. I reckon that gonna go right there, huh? That makes sense. We'll just plop that in back of the head. I have to move it out later on to get the headers in. Oh, and also I did sand down the headers and got those repainted and got everything ready for them. So as we're putting the motor down in it, we can throw the headers in at the same time. These bolts here are what are these bolts? 7/16. You don't want to cram them all together. Just snug them down there. Well, there's not any more than snug them down there, though. There they are, made it together. Now I have to put the torque converter bolts in once we get it installed. So we'll do that in a little bit. All right, so I got the motor and transmission hooked up together. Got it on the hoist. Got the car back down the ground. I like putting my floor jack underneath there so it can catch the transmission and roll it back. And I've got my motor mount bolts over there. So let's just see how hard it's going to be. All right, it's kind of windy out here. Hope y'all can hear me. As you seen when we was in the warp speed, I had a helper. Well, my son Trevor came up he works from the house. He came up to get a tool for his truck. So I had him help me get the motor in there. I got it in there, I gotta get the headers on it. We'll go back here in a second, but he brought his car up. Let y'all see his car. 66 Bel Air. He's had it repainted. We still have to do the interior. Got a big block in it. We have a Holly Sniper on it, Tremec 5-speed. So he's fixing to go back home. So I told him, I said, well, I'll just come out and record you starting it up and pulling out of the driveway. So he said, sure. Supple, squeaky. If you don't kill it. Crazy kids. All right, that's a little intermission, I reckon you'd say. There's my excursion, 420 some thousand miles on it. Wood truck over there. It used to have a diesel motor in it. We put a 350 in it, and we put a LS 5.3 in it. That over there is a crappy Caprice. My son-in-law's square body, and there's just Tabby's other 94 Impala. We might go out there and look at it later on. So, all right, let's get back in the garage and finish this thing. So, as you can tell, there's the engine hoist. So I got the engine in there. You see this bar here? Runs all the way across. So once I get the engine in there, motor mount's hooked up, I put that bar across my lift, and I can raise the car up, and then I get my jack stand underneath there on the transmission pan to hold up the transmission. So now I gotta get the oh, that is a Holly pan. It took me a couple different times to get a pan in there to fit. As you can tell, see, you probably can't, but she's awful tight. She's real tight. So, there it is. So now I just got to get the cross member up there, get it drilled out, get it bolted in, and I didn't get the headers in. Goofy me forgot all about them. So now I'm hoping I might be able to slide them up through there, which I doubt it, because they're a pain in the butt. They're awful tight. So I'm gonna try to slide them up through there and see what happens. All right, so got the motor and stuff. I know I told y'all last time that we're gonna go look at the other Impala, so we're gonna take a little field trip outside. It's a nice, beautiful day out here today. So there's the 94 Impala. They got totaled, which I don't think it did a whole lot of damage, but you can see all that. And it was just the front and the back. Quarter panel got buckled. I got the hood hinges off, so I can't open the hood real good. The front got beat up. Smashed everything, smashed all the headlights out of it, and all that good stuff. Let's see if I can get inside the car. There's inside. And the back seat looks good. This is the console Tabby's got. We took the 94 console and we put her shifter in there. She has her cutouts, has her switch to activate the nitrous. I don't know how many people is on the channel that messes with these Impalas. We just put a new headliner in it not too long before she got in a wreck. But I'd really like to try to find a 96 console. Now we don't got to butcher up this other one, which, because now she don't have no, if we use that console, she won't have no cup holders. But she got it painted. She put a new fin on the back. Oh, trunk. Oh, but we've got to still pull this thing in there, pull the fuel tank out of it, because it has a new fuel pump in it. Now you can see the McNeil's Garage Facebook and YouTube sticker on the back. And it has QA1 shocks on the front. We need to pull off and put on here. So there it is, 94 Impala SS. She took her front seats out. I'm putting this new one. Like I said, we got to pull out and we've already swapped the rear ends over. We're gonna have to put the fuel tank along with the front shocks. So I think it's nice enough today. We might just leave the door open. Might give us a little more light in here. All right, let me put this back up on the stand so I can see if these stupid headers are going to fit. Ooh, what a day. All right, as you can tell, I got the motor in. Got the motor mounts in. Now, think about this. Y'all put these motor mounts in. I know it's easier to put the bolts in that way, but I'm going to end up jacking them back up and taking them back out and flopping them around, because all the accessories are going to be up here. And if something happens where you need to jack it up, you never get these out. So I want to end up taking those bolts back out and push them in the back side. That way, if something happens, you can just pull them out the back side and it should be okay, besides the stinking headers back here. But yeah, you can get to them right there. And you should be able to get to them right here. Yeah. So I've got the headers in. I ain't putting no gaskets or nothing. I'm going to take them back off because it's a whole lot easier to put the starter up in there and get my linkages all hooked up for the transmission right there. But got the cross member in. Me and my good buddy Jason Broomfield made this cross member for Tabby's other car. So I had to end up welding some brackets on the end of it I forgot about. But that's it. It is successfully in. So now I take that jack off. You can see how, well, once I tighten up those headers, it should be away from the transmission a little bit. At least the other one was. Yeah, it'll be over here somewhat. So not real far away, but far enough. So, all right. So now I just want to bring her down and start doing everything else to it. All right, well, we're back here in a second. Fuel pump, the motor. All right, as you can see, I let it down. That's the LS in there. Headers fit, headers fit. They fit in there pretty good. If anyone has an Impala and they did away with the ABS, send me a picture of it or send me a message on how y'all did it or whatever. Let me see how y'all did it. And I might be redoing all this. But I got to replace the fuel tank. And this one, swap it back over, put the intake on, the coil packs, new radiator. We got a new radiator for it. That way to eliminate the plastic jug up there, make it look a little bit cleaner. And all the accessories. Tabby be home Saturday, Friday night, so I got till Friday night to get everything done. Today is Tuesday, so I got till Friday night to get everything done. So that way, when they come in, they can do all the electrical stuff. But if you ever did an LS swap, or you think about doing an LS swap, do them. I got a lot of friends that don't like LSs, but it's pretty easy and ain't that expensive. I mean, I've heard people getting charged $10,000 to $15,000 to do it. I mean, if you're going to redo the whole motor and everything, yeah, put everything chrome or whatever, but the biggest thing is the motor mounts, computer, wiring harness. So you got to change the fuel pump. In the wood truck out there I showed you a little bit ago, I think I got less than $1,000 with the motor, the wiring harness, the fuel pump, motor mounts, all that stuff. So, I mean, unless you want to redo everything and put all new accessories on and everything else, and that's not counting air conditioning. So, all right, hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe, like, and even share it with other people that would enjoy this stuff. So next time y'all see it, it'll all be complete, hopefully, and waiting for Tabby Saturday to start putting all electrical stuff on. And I'll make another video for that, but I've got to get everything done before Friday night so they can do all that. So Sean McNeil, McNeil's Garage. Make sure you subscribe and like and share and all that good stuff. So see y'all later. Hope y'all enjoy it.